As Goku and Vegeta descended onto a planet deep within Frieza's newly refined empire, the truth hit them immediately. A world once full of culture and pride was now nothing but ash and steel, its sky suffocating, its cities stripped to bones. The rumbling in the air wasn't weather. It was a civilization dying under a tyrant god. Goku stepped forward, arms at his side, posture rigid. We're not hiding anymore. We're here to finish this. Vegeta cracked his knuckles, his grin sharp and humorless. Your empire ends today, Frieza. No second chances this time. Frieza finally turned to face them, amusement and contempt mixing in his eyes. Please, do you know how long it's been since I felt even a flicker of concern? You monkeys still believe you can change the outcome. They didn't answer. Their power answered for them. The air pulsed. The sky twisted. Both Saiyans powered up in an instant. Goku's body ignited with a radiant silver aura. Ultra instinct woven into the primal might of SS4. His silver-furred tail flicked behind him, eyes glowing with sharp focus. Beside him, Vegeta's transformation erupted like a detonation. Ultra ego surged through his Super Saiyan 4 form in a crackling violet flame. His fur darkened with an ominous gleam. His grin became feral, his gaze locked on Frieza like a predator ready to tear into its meal. Frieza's eyes widened for a fraction of a second. Irritation slipped through the cracks before he masked it with a smug laugh. New tricks? How quaint. But what difference does it make? I am immortal. I am divine. I am inevitable. Goku raised an eyebrow. We've heard that before. Vegeta stepped closer. We are going to crush you into dust. The ground split beneath them from the weight of their combined power, auras clashing like titans ready to collide. Frieza's smirk sharpened into something far darker. Then by all means, try. Goku, in his newly mastered fusion of Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan 4, shot towards Frieza like a silver meteor. No wind-up, no hesitation, pure instinct guiding every motion. Primal fury flowing through divine power. Frieza barely registered the blur before the hits landed. A punch across the face, a blast to the ribs, an elbow to the spine, a kick snapping his jaw. Each strike came from a different direction, too fast for even Frieza's immortal sense to follow. Goku's presence felt like he was everywhere at once, hammering Frieza with precision and ruthless momentum. What? Frieza spat, stumbling back under the barrage. I can't see him! The ground shattered beneath them. Chunks of earth caught in the shockwaves as the air screamed around their clash. Then Frieza suddenly stopped reacting. A grin crept across his bruised face. A little trick I picked up from someone you know. Light erupted. Frieza detonated his ki in a suicidal explosion that bent the horizon. The blast should have liquefied him. Instead, it whipped Goku away like a ragdoll, ripping open the sky and rolling the battlefield like a wave. Goku braced, silver aura flaring, but the shockwave still hurled him across miles of broken terrain. He crashed, sliding through fractures in the earth, lungs burning. That's not right, he growled, forcing himself upright. How did he survive that? No time to think. Frieza streaked in low, both arms outstretched. 5 death saucers swirling with black and crimson energy spinning from each hand. Try dodging these, monkey. They flew like demonic saws. Goku slipped through the first barrage, instincts leading him between blades of death, knocking away some, slicing one apart with a flash of ki. The rest banked hard, turning back for blood. Goku flipped through the air, blurred, and reappeared behind Frieza mid-spin. Gotcha! His fist slammed into Frieza's gut. It should have pierced straight through, but Frieza's body didn't budge. Something in him refused to break. Frieza was sent flying anyway, smashing through steel and stone. Goku appeared above, hands already drawn back. Kamehameha! Frieza looked up, gasping, eyes wide. Ha! The Kamehameha struck like a newborn star. A blue sun erupting downward, ripping a large portion of the planet apart. Mountains vaporized, oceans boiled into steam. Sky and stone vanished into cosmic dust. When the glare faded, only torn fragments of land drifted where Frieza had fallen. But Goku didn't relax. He felt it. A flicker, a chill. Laughter. From the drifting rubble, something began to pulse. Black and violet light streaked with crimson and gold slithered through the air, warping the space around it. The debris rattled as a glow sharpened. Then the sky filled. Orbs. Dozens. Then hundreds. Then thousands. They hovered in perfect silence. Black and violet spheres, humming with a malice that felt almost alive. Goku's eyes tracked the swarm as his instincts tightened. They attacked all at once. The fears shrieked into motion, a storm of death saucers spinning with impossible precision. They sliced through the air, every path locked onto Goku's energy. Goku ignored the incoming blasts. His eyes were fixed past them, locked on Frieza's rising aura. He braced to charge straight through. Kakarot, you moron! Those are blades! Vegeta's voice echoed across the destruction. Goku launched forward anyway, Ultra Instinct guiding his body through the storm. He twisted and rolled between them, blasting several apart in bursts of silver ki. But there was no end, Too many, too fast. The blades carved the air inches from his throat. He kicked one aside. Big mistake. The moment his foot hit, the saucer morphed. It folded inward, sprouting spikes before clamping onto his boot like a living trap. It flashed. Boom! Goku snarled, flipping away, but more attached themselves to him, clinging to his back, hip, and shoulder. Sharp blasts ripped against his body, each one small but precise. Smoke curled from his spur, pain spread in needle bursts, annoying and slowing him effectively. Frieza made his next move. Chunks of land twisted and compressed midair. Mountains crushed by telekinesis into kachin-hard spheres. Dozens of them hurled towards Goku with brutal force. He dodged the first barrage, but the blades cluttered every direction. One sliced him clean across the torso. His stance broke for an instant. That instant was enough. Stones slammed into him. Blades pierced again and again. Goku roared, unleashing his aura in a violent shockwave that erased the swarm in a single blast. Too late, Frieza was already there. Face to face, hands pressed to Goku's abdomen. The air around the contact point twisted into a spiraling void, power ready to rupture. Let's see you instinct your way out of this, Frieza hissed. The destructive energy orb detonated against Goku's torso point blank. No space, no warning. Dark power tore into him instantly, clawing at his very life force. His body convulsed as if the universe tried to collapse him into nothing. Even through the agony, instinct acted. Goku planted a hand against the fractured ground, twisted his body, and lashed out. His kick smashed across Frieza's skull with a thunderclap. Frieza's head snapped sideways at a brutal angle before he plummeted into the ruined landscape like a meteor, carving a fresh canyon into the dying planet. Goku couldn't watch him fall. The orb was still latched onto him, eating away at his power like a black hole. He dropped to one knee, fist pressed into the marble as silver energy sputtered around him. His entire frame shook, his muscles straining just to stay upright. His eyes shut. Focus. Contain it. Control it. Sweat ran down his jaw as his aura flickered violently. He snarled and forced his hands together, compressing the energy with sheer will. The orb bucked wildly, expanding as if trying to consume the world. Vegeta's expression tightened. Frieza laughed from below. Bit by bit, Goku forced the sphere to shrink. His aura dimmed, his body flickering as if he might lose the form entirely. He dropped to both knees, clutching the condensed mass of destruction. His gaze was unfocused. Was he analyzing it, or barely conscious? Vegeta growled. Kakarot, you're finished. It's my turn. Timely answer to the prince. A shallow breath escaped Goku, then a smirk. He rose, legs trembling, silver eyes shifting into a fierce violet glow as he stared towards the crater. I'm not done. The crater erupted. Red-violet power shredded upward as Frieza ascended, eyes burning with unfiltered rage. He sneered, every word dripping with malicious pride. Au contraire, monkeys. This battle was over before it ever began. Goku lowered his stance, the orb in his hands pulsing with a violet lightning. Frieza barely managed to summon a sphere of destruction around himself before Goku appeared point-blank in front of him. Right back at you, Frieza! Frieza vanished into the blast. Two titanic forces collided, destruction laced against destruction. The shockwave shredded what was left of the planet's surface. Goku roared, pouring everything into the beam as it crushed Frieza's defense. It broke through. Frieza was swallowed whole, yet Goku could feel it. He wasn't being erased. He was still there. As the destruction of energy faded and Goku is left exhausted, Frieza rises once again. Frieza pressed the advantage. Goku's guard was slipping and every exchange pushed him further back. One stumble was all Frieza needed. A death beam speared into the back of Goku's knee, forcing him down. More beams followed, dozens, then hundreds. A relentless barrage pinning him to the ground like stakes driven into prey. Frieza's power didn't waver. His energy seemed endless. Goku's didn't. His form flickered, his aura shattered, and he finally powered down. Frieza hovered above him, charging a death beam aimed at Goku's heart. Farewell, monkey. Vegeta slammed into Frieza before he could fire. The collision sent them crashing into a drifting slab of ruined world. Vegeta stuck to him like a curse, every strike a violent eruption of violet sparks dripping across the void. Frieza was staggered, outmatched in speed, yet not hurt. Not even scratched. Rage surged through Vegeta. He spread his arms and unleashed a final flash that tore through the darkness. Frieza laughed through the attack. What is this? No foreplay or insufferable posturing from the Prince of Monkeys. His tail snapped forward to grab Vegeta's throat, his fist ready to break ribs. Vegeta caught him mid-swing. He slammed Frieza into the ground with bone-fracturing force. Before Frieza could rebound, Vegeta lit his fist with godly violet energy, yanked Frieza forward by the tail and punched him through what remained of the planet, reducing it to dust and drifting debris. Vegeta unleashed years of hatred, wrath, and human pride. Frieza simply laughed, not taunting, just enjoying the truth finally dawning on them. Nothing hurt him. Neither erasure nor overwhelming power mattered. Frieza rose from the rubble and dusted himself off. He had finally grown bored. "Despair, monkeys, for I am immortal." Goku's shout cracked the sky. "You didn't!" Vegeta hissed through his teeth. "You bastard! You used the Dragon Balls, didn't you?" Frieza's grin stretched wider. No, think larger. I gathered the Super Dragon Balls. My wish was not for mere immortality, but absolute invulnerability. Silence. Heavy as death. Goku clenched his fists until his knuckles bled. This wasn't strength, it was permanence. Vegeta breathed slow and murderous, his rage simmering hotter than any aura. Frieza stretched his arms casually. "You could always fuse, do your little clown dance. I will wait. There's no rush. When the timer ends, I remain. You dissolve." The condescension was razor sharp. Each syllable stabbed their pride. Goku looked towards Vegeta. "What choice do we have?" Vegeta cut him off with a growl. "No, we are not dancing for him." Goku nodded once, quiet, deadly focused. "Then I have one more idea. Keep him still." Vegeta did not reply. He launched. Frieza met him with a smirk. Predictable. Their fists collided. The shockwave churned the debris fields around them into a storm of shattering stone. Vegeta forced him backward, each strike more controlled than the last. He was not trying to overpower Frieza, he was putting exactly where he needed him. Then Vegeta remembered. Broly, the technique Kakarot had used. Arms forward, a burst of divine force surged outward. A godly barrier slammed around Frieza, trapping him in place. "What? What is this?" Frieza snapped, thrashing against the seal. Goku appeared above. Wind roared around him as a swirling green energy spiraled into a vortex between his palms. "Mafuba!" He hurled the sealing force down. Frieza's scream shook the void as the vortex wrapped around him, compressing, tightening, dragging him into the waiting jar. With one last roar of hatred, Frieza disappeared. Goku slammed the lid and pressed the seal down. His hands shook, his breathing jagged. Vegeta stood over the jar containing Frieza, the key inside flickering in uneven pulses. He didn't even trust it. He didn't trust anything with Frieza's energy in it. He took out a compact capsule corp containment unit, designed for exactly this occasion. "This won't hold him forever," he said quietly, "but it'll have to do for now." He placed the jar inside, and the pod sealed itself with layered locks and a steady hum. Gravity and suppression fields snapped into place in quick succession. "If he gets out again," Vegeta muttered, "it won't be because we were sloppy." Goku nodded. A low vibration rolled beneath them. The ground trembled, cracks lighting up with a faint violet glow. The pulse traveled across the broken terrain, as if something deep below was waking up. The capsule reacted too, shaking in Vegeta's grip. Mechanical conduits shot up from the rubble, wrapping themselves around floating landmasses and pulling the pieces together in rough alignment. The planet wasn't healing, it was being forced back into shape. Vegeta frowned, stepping back. What now? Before the question could hang in the air, multiple mechanical arms burst from the ground and lunged for the containment unit. Goku moved first, smashing through one arm with a burst of energy. Vegeta followed, knocking aside another with a quick strike. The two of them stood back to back, breaking down each metal limb as it reached for them. Sparks scattered, the attacks slowed. For a moment, it seems like they had stopped the grab attempt. Then a thinner arm slid beneath the debris, quick and low. In one motion, it snatched the pod straight out of Vegeta's hand and retreated through a closing fissure. "No!" Vegeta lunged, but the gap sealed instantly, metal fusing shut. The capsule was gone. Frieza was gone. A sharp cry split the air. Not Frieza's. The sky flashed green and violet, lightning tearing across the clouds as the ground vibrated beneath their feet. Goku and Vegeta looked up, muscles tensed, the air growing heavier with every second. A familiar figure was dropping towards them at full speed, eyes burning with rage. Broly had arrived, and this fight was not finished.